All right, Richard. Welcome to another little episode in this series about fantasy football. I want to talk about sleepers this year. I think a lot of people are looking for some tips on some sleepers, maybe later in the round. So, would you like to talk about some sleepers with me?
Absolutely. I'm ready to go.
All right. So, let's go ahead and talk about your number one, not in no particular order and no ranking, but who's your top sleeper?
First off, Jonathan Taylor, the running back, the rookie running back from Wisconsin. This guy is super fast, super powerful. His issue is that he's going to be sharing a backfield with Marlon Mack. Now, I think in time he's going to surpass Marlon Mack. He's going to take the reins and he's going to be the number one guy. How long is that going to take? If it happens quickly, he can easily be a top 10 back this year. This year, he's got Phillip Rivers as a quarterback, so he's got no quarterback issues. And this guy has all the talent in the world. That's why I love Jonathan Taylor at around the 5th round. In a 12-team league, in the 5th round.
I want to move on to your second secret sleeper in this year's NFL draft.
So we're looking at another potential 5th round pick, and this one's T.Y. Hilton. Same team, Indianapolis Colts. T.Y. Hilton, he's a playmaker. His issue is, injuries. He's been hurt a lot. He's very small. He's a small receiver. But this guy is electric. He's a playmaker. He can take it to the house every time he touches the ball. And now with Phillip Rivers, I mean, you had Jacoby Brissett, Brian Hoyer, the tragedy of last year for the Indianapolis Colts. This year you have Phillip Rivers. So, and T.Y. is being drafted, 5th round. I think there's value there.
Let's move on to the 6th round. Tell me what some of your sleepers are in the 6th round.
Okay, so now we're going to get probably to my favorite sleeper for this year. A guy that I think is massively undervalued, and that's DeVante Parker of the Miami Dolphins. In the 6th round, you can get DeVante Parker. He is really going late. In top 200 lists, he goes around anywhere from 55 to 65. And come on, DeVante Parker last year had over 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns, right? Which puts him top 5 in each category. So you have a top 5 receiver that is somehow being drafted like, 25th to 30th receiver in the league. So I think there's a disparity there. The issue with DeVante Parker is last year was the first time he actually produced to his potential. He's a first rounder out of Louisville, had many, seasons where he was average. And finally last year he broke through. And I think a lot of people they think that it's an anomaly, that 1 year last year. I don't. I think this is DeVante Parker, and I think he's going to have maybe not the same season he had last year, but very close to it. He's definitely going to get 1,000 yards and at least 5 touchdowns.
Let's move on to the 9th round. 9th round, we're getting, a lot of people getting depleted. A lot of people get tired drafting. This is usually where people go to auto draft. So tell me, if you're still drafting in this round, who you got?
9th round. Why not take your shot at Henry Ruggs, right? The 3rd. The receiver, the dynamic receiver out of Alabama. Runs a 4.240. Super fast. Not only does he run fast, right? He's not just a burner. He can break tackles, and he's a playmaker after the catch, which he did a lot of in Alabama. So I'm excited about Henry Ruggs, and here's a guy you can get in the 9th that could give you excellent value. Now, the question there is Derek Carr, right? Derek Carr is iffy. And then Josh Jacobs, how is he going to do? I was high on Josh Jacobs last year. I'm not so high on him this year. He's not as explosive as I thought he was. Had a good rookie season, but because of that, you ask yourself, what's Henry Ruggs' ceiling? But when it comes to sheer talent, he is tremendous. So why not take a gamble in the 9th round?
All right, so we're still getting in these late rounds here. So tell me your sleeper that you got in the 11th round.
So now, 11th round, here's another guy, another rookie, right? Why not gamble on him? Now, CeeDee Lamb, tremendous receiver, another great receiver. His issue is, yeah, he's in a good position, right? Because he's with the Cowboys, and they have Dak Prescott, who threw for nearly 5,000 yards last year. He's going to pass it a lot again, but he's got to contend with Ezekiel Elliott, who's going to be catching passes out of the backfield. He's got to contend with Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. There's a lot of target. I mean, there's only limited targets there. That is the issue with CeeDee Lamb. If CeeDee Lamb would have gone to, a team where he's the number one receiver, or, right off the bat, like Henry Ruggs, then I would have, he obviously would be drafted a lot earlier. And I think that's why people are drafting him later. But in the 11th round, why not? CeeDee Lamb is a talent. Say Amari Cooper gets hurt. I think eventually he'll surpass Gallup as the number 2 receiver. And let's say Amari Cooper gets hurt. All of a sudden, you're number 1 in a good offense. I mean, his returns could be spectacular. So I like CeeDee Lamb in the 11th round.
Now, I want to cover the 12th round, and this will be our final sleeper that we want to provide to everybody. So tell me about who you got in the 12th round as your sleeper.
We got another Dolphin. In the 12th round, you can draft tight end Mike Gesicki. Mike is he's 6'6". He is a tremendous talent. He started to come on late last year, developing that rapport with Fitzpatrick, and I think you're going to see more of that. Even if Tua's the quarterback, I think Tua's going to be very good as well. And I think Gesicki's finally, you're going to see in his third year, you're going to see what he's capable of. And I think he's going to put up big numbers. He's not, he's not going to be, Kittle, but I think, easily a top 10 tight end. And right now he's being drafted more like number 15, 16. So I would say even higher. I would say easily, top 8 tight end, if all goes well. And I think at, in the 12th round, there's value there. You can wait on tight end and get a guy like Mike Gesicki.
Thanks for sharing your sleepers. I know that, have you completed all your drafts this year?
No, I have not. In fact, I have one tonight. I mean, I'm so many leagues, right? I have one tonight. I have one this weekend.
All right. Well, thanks again for coming on here and sharing your tips. Hope nobody uses these tips against you.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.